This is Mike Brewer behind the wheel. Automotive news, automotive advice, and tyre smoking fun. Join me, the Brit with the wit, and my car-loving co-host, Brad Fanshaw. Hello everyone, it's Mike Brewer behind the wheel, and I'm looking forward to taking you on a journey of motoring, expertise, fun, facts, and all the stuff that we embrace ourselves with, this wonderful hobby that we love, the classic car and motoring world. Now, together, we are going to go down this journey, but the man who always grabs the passenger door, and I do like travelling with him because he's always got the best snacks, he always shouts shotgun whenever I'm hitting the road, is my passenger, and he seems very willing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brad Fanshaw.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
I'm all right, Brad, yeah. Ready for the journey?
I am. I'm always looking forward to these because you take us to the best places.
Anyway, let's hit the road.
Let's go.
This is Seal Beach Car Show. Seal Beach is a little town which is down on the Southern Californian coast. It's a proper little seaside town with a main street. It's really nice. Really nice little place. Every year they put on a car show. This year's car show is no exception to the rule in the fact that they lay out their cars right down the main street and go off down the little alleyways either side as well. And the other streets, it absolutely fills up. You can hear probably the atmosphere around me, and you can hear some cars starting up around me. In fact, that's quite interesting. The car that's just started up is a little Morris pickup truck. So a little Morris pickup truck that somebody had the audacity to sink a, what is that? A huge, big, massive big block V8 engine in it with a snarling breather sticking out the top. Really quite nice. I'm having my picture taken next to it as I'm talking to you, but that is basically the best of British with a huge, great big American iron stuffed into it. And I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about what this car show has to offer. It's got such an eclectic mix. And just walking down the main street there, I just told you about the little Morris. Now I'm walking past a 1965 T-Bird, which is very nice. Across the way is a Buick. We've got a Buick 8. Then we've got the whole flotilla of muscle cars and you know, everything you can think of, from Camaros, Mustangs, there's Barracudas, there's Cudas, there's absolutely everything here. Pickup trucks, we talk about pickup trucks a lot, Mike Brewer behind the wheel, and there are tons and tons of pickup trucks, and of course, as you can hear, there is live music in the background as well. So we've got bands, there's concessions, you've got people selling polishes, and the food smells that are in the air. Tough for a man that's constantly on a diet like me, but the air is full of hot dogs and hamburgers and fried onion smells. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'll tell you what's lovely about it. The sun is beating down. There's lots of fathers and mothers holding on to their kids, walking around with their children, and everyone's got a huge, great big smile on their face. It really is nice. Ah, look, there's a London double-decker bus over there. I'm going to go and stand next to that and have a picture taken, because it's not often in Southern California you'll see a double-decker bus from my hometown, from London. As I go towards that double-decker bus, I'm just driving past the Z06, very nice. That's a nice-looking car in black. Past the police, they put their vehicles out on display as well. Look at that, the police round here drive a Boss 302 Mustang. So I need to have a picture next to this, Michelle. Look at that, that's the police. They're next to a Boss 302 Mustang. How weird is that? Hey, you wouldn't want to, if the police are chasing you in that, you give up, wouldn't you? You just go, yeah, you got me, officer. Now I'm just walking towards the double-decker bus. Let's go and have a picture standing next to this. This is unusual. It's actually got a British number plate on there as well, which is really cool. So I'll do a picture standing next to what I'm used to. There are, obviously from my town, there are thousands of these driving around my town. This is the way that we move around in London. We jump on a great big double-decker bus like this. As a kid, the back of the bus used to be open. It was an open back. And you jump on the bus at will. There's a bar that you can hold on to. You grab the bar, leap onto the bus, and away you go. And that's the way that I used to go to school in London. It cost about 2 cents to go from where we lived in my house all the way down. And this bus is just about to drive off. I'm okay, I'm just talking about it, but what a great London bus. Love it. And that's the guy that owns the London bus, obviously. He's just asked me what I thought of it, and it's very nice. Right, now let me walk off and just see a few other vehicles here. We've got a gasser that I'm just going past. This is Beautiful again. Big market for these at the moment. Just having my picture taken again next to it. That's a gasser. But one vehicle I did want to talk to you about is this incredible looking Land Rover. Okay, now I did see this before. I've seen this vehicle at this car show once before. If you're looking for a crowd of people, in fact, it's a good picture, Michelle. A crowd of people standing around this Land Rover. This is a 110, so it's a long wheelbase Land Rover. This guy has gone full out with it. He's put a pop-up top on it. It's got tables, chairs, it's got a full kitchen inside, it's got beds, it's got absolutely everything you need to survive if you're ever going to go and hit the dusty trail. If you're going to go on an adventure, then do it in one of these, because this is an adventurous bus. And the reason why these are so durable and they've got a long-lasting legacy is because they're so easy to work on. In fact, on my show, we've worked on several of these in the past, and I've had several of them personally. They are an amazing vehicle. Unfortunately not made anymore, except for the fact that Land Rover, this is an interesting fact, Land Rover themselves are actually buying the vehicles back. So if you've got a Series 1, Land Rover would be very interested in having that vehicle back off of you. And what they're doing is they're taking them back to the factory and they're doing rebirths. So they're taking them apart, a bit like a well-known TV show that I'm a part of. They take them completely apart down to their bare bones, and then they restore every single nut, bolt, clasp, hose, clip, everything. They completely restore them at factory level, and then they rebuild them all the way back up again, and they rebirth the car. They come back out the factory with a new car warranty, as a new car would be, but it'd be a 1948, 1949, 1950 Series 1 Land Rover. Of course, they don't charge the prices they charged back in 1950. No, they're charging up to £100,000. There's about $40,000. And they've got plenty of customers all over the world looking for those kind of cars. So very, very popular. And they're not the only manufacturer who's doing that. Lots of manufacturers are doing now rebirth range. Jaguar, a rebirth in the Series 1 E-Type Jaguar. They will be moving on to the Mark 1 sedan as well, or saloon Jaguar. They'll be moving on to that at some point. So I know that Aston Martin are doing it, and Ferrari are now taking back original cars and rebirthing them. So this is a new thing that manufacturers are doing, as you can imagine, as we move into modern times and we get vehicles like the Land Rover Defender not being able to be made because it's not compliant to any safety or crash tests these days. Manufacturers still want to keep the legacy of those vehicles. They want to still keep that's a halo car for the brand. They want to keep that, and as a way of keeping it, they will buy them back and rebirth them and resell them again. And it's good that they're doing it. I like to think that somehow some car show may have inspired them to do it. Right next to me is a car there's about 6 or 7 of these down the street. This is a Porsche 356. This is a convertible. And this one's got a little roll cage in it. Beautiful bucket seats. Having a picture standing next to it right now. A beautiful looking thing. Absolutely gorgeous. This is the Super 160. It's beautifully detailed, stunningly finished off. I've got a colleague on my car show, Ant, who's desperate to have one personally in his life. And I don't make him wrong. I think that'd be a great car to own, great car to have. And that's what he's looking for. So they are amazing. I'm now going to walk off down the street past a whole row of hot rods. Hot rods are difficult for me to talk about. This is where I need Brad standing next to me, because Brad is the one who can label off what kind of gearbox it's got, what kind of engine we're looking at. To me, they just look like big block V8s or small block V8s. They look like all kinds of stuff, but yes, there's a whole range of those here. I'm just going to say hello to a good friend of mine. I hope you don't mind. Here you go. Let me just say hello to my buddy. Hello, Paul. How are you? Very good. Paul is a member of the Orange County Mustang Club, and Paul has got his Mustang here on display. How are you, sir? And how are you? Good to see you.
Better than most.
Better than most. There you go. And there's another voice here at the car show. We've got lots of people that know me because I've thrown myself around this area. I visit quite a few car shows down here. And I'm just walking past the car I must put in my life. At one point, I must have one. This is the Pantera. And Di Tommaso Pantera is a car that I've always sort of inspired and loved, and it's a car that, thank you very much, sir. It's a car that I've always wanted, and I've always wanted one in my life, and unfortunately the prices of these has just been going through the roof recently. So I'd like to get myself into this market at some point. I think it's a great car. They're beautiful looking. It's all the style and flair of a early 1970s Italian sports car, but it's got the throbbing heart of a Ford V8 in the background. Thank you very much, much appreciated. That Ford throbbing V8 in the background, an amazing thing to be behind the wheel. I've driven a few of them, and I have been looking long and hard to see if I can find myself one, but unfortunately they proved quite difficult. People are now running away with their prices, and you know, they seem to be going up every time I talk to somebody, 10,000 by the week. I wish they wasn't, because unfortunately there's cars in my life that I'd love to own. Lots of them are here on display at Seal Beach, and the prices run away, and they're cars that I'm never going to get to, unfortunately, because I simply can't afford it. You know, everyone thinks you earn a pocket of money, but you really don't. I'm just a hard-working man that would love to have a big car collection. Right, now I'm just going to walk off down one of these side streets. I like to call this the fringe, if you like. So this is the fringe of the car show. Hello, sir.
Wow,
how are you?
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. Thank you very much. You're live on radio.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you are. So there you go. That was a guy who just wanted to say hello, and I'm glad he did. Very nice. But as we walk off down this little, what I call the fringe, let's talk about what we're looking at. Michel, how about this? Nice little Jaguar. This is an E-Type coupe. Very nice. I'd like to have a picture next to this. Michel screwed her face up. What, an E-Type? I don't know whether to bow, curtsy, wave, salute when I'm standing next to a car like this. Designed by Malcolm Sawyer. Lived in Leamington Spa. Amazing car. I've had a few in my life. It's a great car. You must be the owner, sir.
No, but when you leave Balboa Island tomorrow, come to my show at the Henry Center in Tustin.
He's trying to sell me his show. Trying to sell me his show. That's what he's trying to do. And then I'm looking, my wife, Michelle, who's taking photographs of me walking around, she is pointing out to me. So we're going from the sublime to the ridiculous. There was the beautifully restored Jaguar E-Type, and just across the way from it is a absolutely beaten up, completely ratted out C10 Chevy truck. With rust all over it. It looks original as well, and she loves that, and she's now pointing. Michelle likes the oddball stuff. She's pointing out a Dayvan to me, which is the Econoline Ford Dayvan. She's pointing out one of those. She likes them as well. You can hear vehicles starting up. That's another Chevy C10. There seems to be a lot of Chevy C10s these days. Lots of British cars here. Frog-eyed Sprites, that Jaguar E-Type. There's a whole row of Austin Healey's. I'm walking down the main street here at Seal Beach just to give you a little idea of where I am and a little refresh. This is Southern California. The sun is beating down. It's a Saturday. Thousands upon thousands of people are poured out into this local neighbourhood down this main street to come and look at this. Free for anyone to go to car show. Appears once a year. I can tell you, I know the organisers. At the end of this car show, by the time this car show finishes today, they would have already sold every spot for next year. And these people buy their spots here to put their cars on display, just to show them off. And what they're doing is raising money for this local community. They put all the money back into the Seal Beach community and keep this town looking as good as it does, with its pristine trees, this lovely main street with nice shop fronts and beautiful clean pavements and sidewalks. And that's what they do. So the money goes back into the community. It's a lovely thing to do. Right, now, let's get back to cars. Look at that little MGTF to my left, followed by an Austin Healey, followed by a Cobra. Hard to tell these days whether they're real, whether they're fake. I gather these are copied Cobras. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 Cobras. What have we got? 3 Cobras. And then we've got an a Caterham 7, Austin Healey with a 289, another BJ3 Austin Healey, BJ7. There we go, BJ7 Austin Healey. Followed by an A100. We've got a load of them. There's a whole row of them here. So I think I'll stand here in amongst these cars, hold my hands out, we'll have a picture taken. You can see these pictures, by the way, to support this section of the podcast on our gallery. Our gallery you can find on my website, Mike Brewer Behind the Wheel, or MikeBrewerBTW.com. If you go to that website, you will find these pictures and you'll see what the show is all about. And hopefully it'll inspire you to go to a car show or get out yourself to a car show and come here to Seal Beach next year. Come and meet me. I'm bound to be here again, walking up and down the main street, looking at the cars. Now, I'm making a headway to one vehicle in particular. Well, I say one vehicle, it's a bunch of vehicles that is one display, and I'm walking past the thousands of people in the crowd. If Michelle takes a picture of me walking down the main street and the crowd of people and how busy it is, there you go, you'll see that picture on the gallery. We will get to this amazing display. Okay, so this display is must be a late 1940s Dodge recovery truck. That's what it looks like to me, like a Dodge recovery truck. But this one has got a V10 Viper engine. Think about it, a late 1940s truck with a V10 Viper engine. And this is a recovery truck. So on the back of the recovery truck, there's a little Mustang scooter. And then following the Mustang scooter is what's that? It's a C2 Corvette. Stingray, 1964 C2 Corvette Stingray race car. And that is one big giant display. Clearly this is somebody who didn't survive the 60s. You can hear the music playing in the background. I do apologise. This is somebody who obviously didn't survive the 60s in total. And he's come out the other end with this mad dream in his head. And he's fulfilled that dream by putting this amazing collection together. That little Mustang motorcycle on the back is wicked. Beautiful C2 Corvette Stingray Roadster. That's a race car as well. And it looks like it's a proper race car, very purposeful. But the thing that is amazing, really, is what it's all sitting on. This is a late 1946. I said it was late 1940s with a V10 engine. Misha has taken pictures of that. Again, you can see these up online to support this podcast. How good is that? So I'm just going to move away from the music as I tell you once again where I am. I'm at Seal Beach, Southern California, at a car show on the main street across Southern California. I've told you this before on my podcast that you can always bump into a car show every weekend. People do like to get their cars out. They like to show them off. It's like no other place on the planet for car shows. Absolutely phenomenal. This has been an amazing journey down Main Street. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll be sure to report to you another car show that I'll be visiting. But now I'm just going to go straight back to the studio as I have my picture taken.
Hey, well, Mike calls into the studio while we're waiting. There's something I want to tell you about. It's the Mechanic Pod Light. This pod light is completely different than any other work light you've ever used. Let me tell you, people can't put it down because it is unique. It's a two-piece unit. There's the light, which is a ball, and then a strong magnetic base. I mean, it fits in the palm of your hand, almost the size of a baseball, but as bright as all get out. I'm telling you, this thing will melt your eyeballs. The light can rotate 360 degrees, so you can point it wherever you need the light. That's what's so great about it. If you don't need the base, you just pull the light out and use it like a handheld flashlight. I've even kind of stuffed it in the seat when I'm working on the interior areas and just get that light. It just kind of takes care of everything. Okay, one of the fun things is that Mike is going to love this because the pod light is available at the home base, which is the Home Depot in UK. Now, in the United Kingdom, you can get it. Just go down to home base. And I'm going to tell you, here in the States, it's $19.99. Over in the UK, $14.74 British pounds. I mean, they're practically giving these things away. I can't believe they can sell them. This is such high quality, so nice, so versatile, and they're right. You can't put it down. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you want to go online and check it out, you can go directly to it at mycanic.com/products/pod-light. Now, you want to visit their website? Just go to mycanic.com. That's mycanic.com. And you can always find them on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Mechanic. Go there, check them out. Support Mike and I, support Mike Brewer behind the wheel by showing how much you love Mechanic products. You won't be disappointed. This stuff is so great, and you can tell it's designed by car guys because it's perfect for what we do. Now, I think Mike is on the phone. Let's get this show back on the road.
I know how hard work it is being in the studio on your own. There's nobody to talk to but the wall and yourself. But I will tell you, I'm being entertained, Brad, so I'm loving every minute of it.
Well, good. You know, we're having fun because even though I'm in the studio and you're out working, doing production things, we still get to talk about cars, Mike. We still get to live it. And you know what? Recently, I had told you, now, I'm working a deal to get you the same deal that I have this week because I'm driving the new Jaguar 400 Sport, and it just makes coming to the studio that much nicer. It's a supercharged 6 that puts out
I don't know what's happened there. Some music just started to appear from somewhere. I don't know where that come from. It's like a fanfare. It just appeared all out of nowhere. So tell me, hold on a minute. So I'm driving around in some crummy hire car. You're driving a what?
I've got the Jaguar 400 Sport, carbon fiber splitter on the front. It's got a nice diffuser in the back. When you hit 70, that wing comes up, so the wing's been up almost the whole time I've had it. It's got these great carbon fiber sport seats. I'm really liking this new Jaguar. I mean, now, did I say it right, Mike? Did I say it right? Jaguar?
No, that's really, yeah, you said it wrong. It's Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. And what's going on here? How come you're driving around in the flash cars and I'm driving around in a little hire car? That don't make any sense. I need to get behind the wheel of that Jaguar because the 400 is a awesome bit of kit. It's a more focused car. It's got that V6 turbo engine. It's very reactive. I know what that car looks and sounds like. I know if you put your foot down in that car, it sounds like it's got a V8 under the bonnet or hood, and that thing really does haul down the road. It really does get down the road quickly. It's wicked.
It's a great little car. It's very well put together. The styling on it that your friend Ian Callum has done, it's got those bulgy. It looks like a bodybuilder just flexing his muscles as it goes over those fenders. You know, it's really stylish.
Yeah, Ian once said to me, if you can't design a car with 5 pen strokes, then you can't really design a car. And he drew that car for me. It must have been 8 years ago on an easel. He just got his pen out and he did 5 lines on the car, and it just looked it. And I knew what was coming in the future. I was doing some work for him, and he captured it in just 5 easy strokes. And as he said to me, he wanted the car to look like the skin of the car should look like fabric that's been pulled over the chassis of the car. And that's exactly what it does. It looks like it's got sinew. It looks like it's muscular. It looks like it's ready. It's just come out the gym. It looks fit, that car, and that's a good analogy for it. It looks fit and healthy.
It does. And the thing is that this car, when you get in it, you don't want to get out of it. From here in Southern California.
I gathered, Brad, that because I forgot Charles behind the wheel. I gathered that. I'm pretty sure, on the docket when that car got delivered, it said for Brad Fanshaw and Mike Brewer to test. And I can't get my bum on that seat because you won't let it go.
Well, they did say that, but it said Mike Brewer if you have time. Yeah, and no, but hey, I already put in a good word for you, and I got a pretty good feeling. I got him to deliver it to your place for a week. This car gets and goes. You hit sport mode. It has. You've played with some of these new cars that have the launch control, and boy, we talk about something that is fun little toy. Every night I leave work, I've been trying out the launch control in my parking lot, and that always makes heading home a little bit more fun.
You get home before you leave. There you go.
Yeah, but you don't want to get home. That's the thing about it. It's those freeway corkscrews and everything are just that much more enjoyable when you have a car like this, and you take the long way home every single night, and the long way to work, which makes me get here late. So, but no, I think we're going to get Mike Brewer behind the wheel of one of these also, and I just want to thank the folks at Jaguar. Okay, now help me say it so I'm authentic, Mike. Jaguar.
Jaguar. So it's if you look at the way it's spelled, it's Jaguar. So it's Jaguar.
So
Jaguar, not you. But the Americans put a W in it that doesn't exist. It's Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Correct.
Okay. Jaguar. I want to thank the folks at Jaguar.
Yes, it's the same as the animal that roams in the. If you go back to where that car comes from, or that name of that manufacturer comes from, it comes from an animal, and the animal, when it was discovered, the person who discovered that animal, I don't know his name, but he called it a jaguar. Is what he called it because he was British, and it only took you Americans to ruin it for us by calling it Jaguar.
Well, see, it was the damn zoos. They taught us the wrong thing. Okay, over here. This show brought to you in part by Bond Speed Wheels. Bond Speed Wheels, machined in America for cars, trucks, hot rods, and exotics. We make wheels for your lifestyle. Find us at bondspeedwheels.com.
If you need to get in touch with me or Brad, you can do. Ask us any question you like about motoring issues or a motoring related thing. If you've got something that you want to do to your car and you don't know how to do it, you want to sell your car, you want to advertise your car, you want to buy a car and you need some advice, then please reach out to us. You can find us on Twitter at Mike Brewer BTW. See what we did there? Genius.
Is that for behind the wheel?
It is. There you go.
Wow, how did you come up with that?
It's so good, isn't it? And we'll see you all next week.
This has been a Bond Speed Media production from Circle B Studios. If you like this show, also listen to Shift and Steer, Man Seeks Adventure, and Dixon's Wild Ride. You can subscribe to them on iTunes or visit their websites. If you'd like to reach Bond Speed Media, you can do so at bondspeedmedia@gmail.com.